Hey everybody, it's Mr. K here, and today I'm putting together your lesson 13.3 tutorial video to give you some extra help with tonight's homework assignment where we were finding equivalent units for customary units of weight. So you're going to see words like tons and pounds and ounces when we talk about these customary units of weight. All right, so we're going to sneak a look at the bottom of your homework. You will see that your homework at the bottom looks just like the last two assignments we did for 13.1 and 13.2. The first three problems are all inequalities where you're going to have to write greater than or less than. The middle four problems are all going to be you finding the equivalent unit of measure, the amount and the unit of measure for what's been given. And in the bottom part will be a table that you are going to have to complete on your own. All right, so let's get started with the very first one. Okay, so number one says 8 ounces, and they want you to compare that to 8 pounds. Okay, so we know right away the two units of weight that are being compared are pounds and ounces. We also know that the number of pounds and ounces are the same. So just like we learned in the previous two lessons, when the number of each unit is the same, we cross out those two numbers. And now we ask ourselves, which unit is a larger unit of weight? Pounds or ounces? Well, if I look at my little cheat code, which says here 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces, then that means that 1 pound would be like a bar that is this long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We'll draw this. 1 pound would be like a bar that's this long. 1 ounce would be like a bar that's this long. So let's take a look. That's the size of about an ounce compared to a pound, because we know a pound is 16 times larger, or I should say 16 times heavier than an ounce. So which one looks like it is a heavier unit? If you said pounds, then that would be a smart choice. Okay? And then you can mark your answer for yourself for number 1. Okay? Now we're going to move on to number 2. Number 2 asks you to compare 75 ounces to 5 pounds. So we are obviously comparing ounces to pounds. Excellent. Okay, so since we know we're converting ounces to pounds, we can now use that information to set up a table. So I'm going to write ounces and pounds, and this will help us organize our work. Okay? And I don't like that that looks like a decimal point. My apologies. I made a boo-boo when I was writing, so I want to get rid of that. Okay. So we want to figure out which one is larger. So since I know pounds and I have 5 pounds, I'm going to do 1 pound. All right? The reason why I'm doing 1 pound is because I know, according to my little cheat code here, that 1 pound is equivalent or equal to 16 ounces. So that's why I'm starting with 1 pound. So 1 pound is 16 ounces. So if I went to 2 pounds, 2 pounds would be like saying 2 pounds times 16 ounces, And if I needed to do that on a piece of scrap paper, again, I could do it over here or anywhere or on a Post-it. I know it's 36 ounces. Okay? Now, I could do the same thing for 3. I could do the same thing for 4, but I really don't need to do that because I'm going to figure out how many ounces are in 5 pounds. So I'm going to skip down to here. I'm going to do 5 pounds times 16 ounces equals what? Now that might require you to do a little work. And I know that answer in my head, but I'm going to model for you how to solve. So I'm going to do an area model. 5 pounds times 16 ounces. I'm going to break apart the 16 into 10 and 6. 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 6 is 30. So if I add my partial products, 50 plus 30, I get 80. So 16 times 5 is 80 ounces. So now that I have all of that work done, I can say to myself, well, 5 pounds is just like saying 80 ounces, right? So what's larger, 75 ounces or 80 ounces? 80 ounces is obviously larger, it's heavier. My apologies, I keep saying larger. It's heavier than 75 ounces. So that means 5 pounds has to be heavier than 75 ounces. And that's exactly why you'll see the greater than symbol written like this. Okay? You're going to use that same strategy I used for number 2 to solve number 3. All right. Now you and I are going to move on to number 4. All right. So number 4 is asking us how many ounces is equivalent to 21 pounds. So let's see how we do that. Number 4 told us 21 pounds. And I spelled that wrong. My apologies. And they want to know how many ounces is 21 pounds equal to. So step number 1, identify the units that we're measuring. Pounds and ounces. Now that I know that I'm comparing pounds and ounces, I'm going to set up myself a table. Okay. Now my table's set up. I'm going to use my handy dandy cheat code. Pounds, ounces. 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces, just like we saw in our previous problem. 1 pound is 16 ounces. So that means 2 pounds would be like saying 2 pounds times 16 ounces. And I know that's 32 ounces. Okay. So now I am being asked to find 21 pounds. So I do not need to go down and do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Imani Lieberman, please report to security for dismissal.
Or 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, or 20. I could just skip all the way ahead to 21. That's the one they want me to figure out. I can do the same strategy. 21 pounds times 16 ounces in each pound. And I do not know that in my head. So I'm going to use an area model. So 21 is like saying 20 and 1. 16 is like saying 10 and 6. And now I'm going to use an area model. 20 times 10 is 200. 1 times 10 is 10. 20 times 6 is 120. And 1 times 6 is 6. Now, I shaded these in for you on your homework. I'm not going to do that now. That's just wasted time. So let's add our partial products. I have 200. I have 120. I have 10. I have 6. We add those partial products together. 0, 0, 0, and 6. 0, 2, and 1. 2 plus 1. 336. So now 336 tells me that 21 pounds is equal to 336 ounces. So I can plug that same number in here, 336 ounces, and you will see that that matches the work that I provided for you on your homework tonight. And you will see that that matches what I provided to you for the answer. So for the remaining problems, 5, 6, 7, you'll use that same strategy. And then for 8 and 9, just like you guys have been doing, you will complete the entire table that has been given and provided to you. Okay, so I hope that helps you with your homework tonight. I think you'll do a good job. This is good practice for us. This is day 3 of our topic 13 skills. And hopefully you feel a little bit better about it and you feel a little bit more confident with what you're doing. I will see you soon. Good luck with your homework.